From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, August 18th. Here's Randy Ellis with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, it's been a little more than scattered this morning here, but they are becoming more isolated back out west. So this is going to end here, I think, before noontime. And this afternoon, hopefully some sunshine kind of peeking on through. So at any rate, do watch a little ponding on some of the roadways out there. As we head through the day on Futurecast, we do have a little front moving on through. By noontime, most of the rain's going to be suppressed on down to the south. And as that drier air comes in, I do expect to see some sunshine developing by mid to late this afternoon. And then we should completely clear things out overnight tonight.
There are a lot of questions about when the NBA's best will step foot inside Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The league confirmed with our sports team that Indianapolis may need to wait longer to play host to the All-Star game. In a statement, the league says it informed our hotel partners in Indianapolis that NBA All-Star 2021 is unlikely to take place on President's Day weekend, so they could make other arrangements. The NBA says it will provide more information about next season at a later date. Our sports team first broke that the game may not appear after speaking with the general manager of the JW Marriott, Phil Ray. Ray confirmed the league canceled contracts with the JW and other hotel partners for the All-Star weekend. And the All-Star move is just the latest of several huge blows to the city's sporting plans. The first high-profile loss, the men's Big Ten basketball tournament. Soon after that, the NCAA canceled March Madness, including the NCAA men's basketball regional. The traditional Indianapolis 500 month of May is now the week and a half of August without fans. Still on so far, the NCAA Final Four for next April is still there, as is the Big Ten Football Championship next December. Then the next month, January of 2022, Indianapolis is set to host college football's national championship game. And the White House Coronavirus Task Force coordinator says she wishes the U.S. had been more strict with its lockdowns in the early days of the pandemic. It was Europe's first COVID-19 epicenter, with cases in January and a full quarantine in March. People had to stay home unless they were designated as truly essential and had documents to prove it. The country also shut down almost every business except groceries and pharmacies. And the Indiana State Health Department added 603 new confirmed cases Monday for a total of more than 81,000 since the start of the pandemic. The count of deaths rose by 6, totaling 2,926. Teachers returned to a large school in the Hamilton Southeastern District today after a deep cleaning of the building. School leaders say 5 teachers at Hamilton Intermediate and Junior High tested positive for COVID-19, and 10 others are in quarantine. Hamilton Southeastern schools are starting the year with all virtual learning in Phase 1 taught by teachers from their classrooms. Teachers who were not in close contact with the positive cases can return to those classrooms today. Marian University is taking a different approach when students return to campus during the pandemic. Unlike other Indiana colleges and universities, testing is not required. Instead, the school is requiring everyone to do a daily self-check. The university's president says in the first 24-hour period, 2,700 people took the assessment and passed. He says he spoke with doctors who believe taking a targeted testing approach is more relevant. We met with students who think everyone on campus will be proactive. Marian University says it will do some target testing among student populations like athletes. And today we're following breaking news from the president. He says he will pardon someone today. We just don't know who. Trump told reporters in the White House press pool that he told them the news while on board Air Force One last night. He says it will be a very, very important person, but he's not giving specifics other than to say it's not Michael Flynn or Edward Snowden. The president had said over the weekend that he was considering a pardon for Snowden, so we will wait for that announcement and bring it to you. Watch for that on Wish TV, of course, and on wishtv.com. Okay, 3 major themes are topping the Democratic National Convention. Those were coronavirus, racial tensions, and unity. Last night saw prominent Republicans crossing the aisle and taking aim at President Trump as they urged others to vote for Joe Biden in November. Former Ohio governor and 26 GOP presidential candidate John Kasich spoke during the event. Former 2020 rival, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, is calling on his supporters to back Biden, arguing the nation cannot survive another 4 years of President Trump. Former First Lady Michelle Obama delivered a passionate condemnation of President Trump during her keynote address, saying that Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country and is over his head. Tonight's lineup: Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and former President Bill Clinton. Former Second Lady Dr. Jill Biden will give the keynote address.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
And President Trump will stop in Arizona today on the campaign trail to counter the DNC. Yesterday, he made 2 stops in Minnesota and Wisconsin. He focused on election results as well as his likely opponent, Joe Biden. On Thursday, the president's campaign will stop near Joe Biden's hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania. The Republican National Convention starts on Monday of next week. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is asking members of Congress to appear at post offices in their districts today in what she describes as a day of action. Pelosi is also calling for an emergency vote this week to prevent changes to the Postal Service ahead of the election. Democrats say recent removals of mailboxes and the shutting down of sorting machines are an attempt to make mail-in voting unworkable during the election. The Postal Service says it has stopped making changes. The Postmaster General is scheduled to testify before Congress next week. Election officials in Marion County are looking at leasing the Convention Center, Bankers Life Fieldhouse, or Lucas Oil Stadium for Election Day. The Marion County Election Board says the move is to accommodate social distancing because of COVID-19 and what is expected to be a high voter turnout. So far, the Election Board has received 15,000 requests for mail-in ballots. Voters are encouraged to apply for an absentee ballot as soon as possible. The last day you can request an absentee ballot is October 22nd. The IRS reopened the window for people to claim missing $500 stimulus payments. People now have until the end of September to provide information about qualifying dependents. To do this, go to irs.gov and click on Non-Filers tab on the front page. A scammer is sending bogus emails from the U.S. Small Business Administration to steal personal information from unsuspecting Americans. The messages direct potential victims to a malicious web page disguised as an SBA website that the unknown malicious cyber actor uses to steal credentials. The alleged scam is one of several reported attempts by cybercriminals to pose as federal agencies tasked with distributing billions of dollars in coronavirus relief loans to struggling businesses. Half of working parents say they will not go back to work if there's no in-person schooling this year. Investment bank Jefferies found 54% of 2,200 working parents surveyed say they will not return to work if schools don't open in person. The pandemic has also shattered daycare industry. 40% of childcare providers expect to close permanently unless they get a public bailout. Walmart, Best Buy, Patagonia, and other retailers and restaurants are giving their employees time off to vote on Election Day. More than 600 companies have joined the Time to Vote movement, which aims to increase voter turnout by giving workers flexibility to cast their ballot. According to the Pew Research Center, 56% of those who were eligible to vote cast their ballots in the 2016 presidential election. Governor Holcomb will address the state about equity and inclusion today. His office has not given the specifics of his speech. If you're not going to be around your TV at 1:30 to catch the address live on Wish TV this afternoon, we will be streaming it live on Facebook and on wishtv.com for you, so you can just stream that right there on your phone. Today, city officials are awarding more grants to prevent violence in Indianapolis. This comes as the number of shootings continues to surge in the city. On Friday alone, 4 people died in gun violence. The community-based violence prevention grants will be awarded to grassroots organizations that have violence prevention programming. The city says the 3rd round of grants is part of their public safety strategy. The Office of Public Health and Safety says it received 9 applications for the grants. In total, the city hopes to invest $300,000 per year. Changes are coming to the Ellen DeGeneres Show. 3 of the show's top producers have left. The move comes after allegations of a toxic work environment at the show. DeGeneres said an internal investigation had been launched into the allegations. She said, quote, "We are taking steps together to correct the issues." And right now, there are two battles for firefighters out west, raging wildfires and a sweltering heat wave. At least 28 fires are burning in California. 3.3 million homes in the state may lose power. The California Independent System Operator says a flex alert is in place today. That's when people are asked to conserve energy. The state was able to avoid a third day of rolling blackouts yesterday. And grid operators say slightly lower temperatures and customer conservation ease the load. Governor Gavin Newsom has launched an investigation into two smaller blackouts on Friday and Saturday. The playoff push begins today. Up first, the Miami Heat. The first game of the best-of-7 series starts. The Pacers tweeted out photos overnight saying, "Playoff ready." The team is ranked 4th in the Eastern Conference. Still, the Heat has had the advantage over the blue and gold this season. Miami has beat the Pacers 3 out of the 4 times the teams have played. But Victor Oladipo says the team is prepared. Head coach Nate McMillan says there is still no timetable for Domantas Sabonis' return, but everyone else was able to practice yesterday. The team's social media is using hashtag #BeatTheHeat, Indiana style, and that's just what fans are hoping for today. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.